Is it good? Are we recording? Mic working? Perfect. I just made a 30-minute video without my mic working, and I didn't even realize. Alright. What up, guys? My name is Bungo. This is going to be the first character video I make. This is going to be the most in-depth character guide for Batman you will find on the internet. Every single time I look up videos for Batman just out of curiosity, I've noticed the pattern. Everybody runs perks that are specific to cooldown reduction, CoffeeZilla, or projectile damage and debuffs with the projectile, like, for instance, this ice perk and the fire perk, right? A lot of people play a campy playstyle with Batman. Their whole entire playstyle revolves around getting his batarang as soon as possible and getting it out as fast as possible, and doing as much damage with his batarang as possible. Now listen, his batarang is one of the best projectiles in the game. You can throw it 3 different directions. It kind of hones in on the enemy. You can use it for a bunch of crazy mix-ups. You can ledge guard with it. Does a crazy amount of knockback. It's really good. Alright, I get it. But I'm a Batman main. I am currently 375. Like almost 3.5 hours ago, I was at 341. In ones, that's my rank as it stands. I haven't been playing Batman all that much recently. I've been playing a lot of Wonder Woman. Let me just show my career. I'm at 1907. Definitely not happy with that. I've been playing Wonder Woman a lot. I've been trying to learn her matchups. If you guys want a video about Wonder Woman as in-depth as this video gets, let me know. I'll gladly make the video for you guys. I'll try to improve the next video based off the feedback from this video, and yeah. So without taking too much of your time, you saw my ones rank with Batman. I'm level 27 with him. I have 220 wins currently listed as Batman. 1907 as it stands, 50% win rate, but that's Wonder Woman. And this video is not about her, so let's get into Batman, alright? Now, I'm going to go into the move list real quick. I'll explain all of his moves in case people are new watching this video who just started out and want to main Batman and, you know, really have some success with him. I'll go over these moves. Don't bother reading that. What I will go over, though, is passive abilities. If you're new to this game, characters have passive abilities. Not all of them, but majority of them have passive abilities. Very important to read these before playing a character so you get a better understanding of the playstyle of this character or what you can do as a result of these passive abilities. And Batman has 2 of them. Technically 3. That's not mentioned here, but he has 2 of them. First one's called Ninja Training. While invisible, Batman gains hasten and applies his attacks apply 3 stacks of weakened. What is weakened? Weakened is a debuff that increases the knockback damage you do and the amount of damage you do on an enemy, and it stacks up to 5 times, alright? You'll be able to see it as I'll show you shortly. It's a bone that fills up red. Second passive ability. Batman can dodge upward, super important, or diagonally upward. I think he's the only character who can dash diagonally upward in the game from the ground. Very, 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 very important. The perks that I'm running with Batman: Slippery Customer, 10% longer dodge and vulnerability window. I'll go into it when I show the moves. Speed Force Assist, one of the best perks in the game, hands down, works well on every single character, no matter who you pick. Make It Rain Dog, one of the best perks on Batman. This, for the style of play that I play with as Batman, is super important because I don't necessarily sit back and wait for my batarang to do all the work for me, wait for the cooldowns. No, I don't do that. I discovered, and I've never seen this I've discovered two techs with Batman. One including his batarang, and the other, which I will show you, that involves his smoke bomb. 2 techs, I'm claiming the rights to them. I've never seen anybody talk about it or anybody even mention it, so I'm going to assume I discovered it. If I didn't, let me know. But his best signature perk is Batarang. It's not the best because this perk sucks, which I'll tell you right now why it sucks. But this perk is the best because it applies maximum stacks of weakness when the batarang hits somebody from the back, resulting in more damage, more knockback damage, more kill potential. And Batman is heavily reliant on his kill potential because his moves do not do a lot of damage on their own. All right. But that's compensated by the fact that he's crazy at his mix-up game. Not only with his batarang, but with his grapple, which I'll show you, and his dodges rather, in the air. Crazy mix-up game. Precision grapple. Listen, this perk is a gimmick at best. If you pick this perk, I ran this perk for probably like 10 levels on Batman just because I didn't care too much about the batarang. I just wanted to like get experience using this perk and see if it's genuinely trash. It's a gimmick at best. There's 3 reasons why this perk sucks. 1, it's extremely conditional. This perk makes you explode on impact wherever you land. It just makes you explode, and it does less damage and less knockback damage. So that's the one reason why. I'll elaborate on that first point after I get to the second two. All right. The second thing, it's very difficult to land the precision grapple or his grapple in general in the way that makes this perk viable. It is very difficult to make this perk viable because you have to hit somebody in the air or far away off the stage who's currently recovering. And if you play in high ranks, or if you play with very experienced players, very high MMR players, they will not give you a chance to get this grapple onto them while they're in air. I'm telling you right now, it's just you'll probably get it once in every 10 rounds, 7 rounds, something like that. It's just not worth it. And the third thing that sucks about this grapple, which goes back to the first point that I made about this, is this precision grapple is best used when somebody's near the blast zone of a map, because you can land that difficult grapple, explode on them, and that explosion, plus if you have his neutral special attack, which is his bomb, if you have the bomb in your hand, you do this precision grapple, or you apply the bomb prior, the bomb plus the explosion from this will confirm a kill probably at 30%. It's very situational though. And the issue with this perk is that the original grapple, the way it's intended to be used, it stops you the second you get to the destination you're at. So if I'm grappling onto an enemy and I end up getting close to that enemy, I do an attack. I could do an attack out of that grapple animation, and it stops me in place unless I want to move forward. This does not. This procs the explosion, and if you're in air and the enemy explodes upwards or any other direction, if he explodes away, you get launched like a slingshot into the blast zone of the map. So essentially what I'm trying to tell you is this perk is used for style points. It's a gimmick at best. And even when you're trying to use it for style points, there is a very likely chance you will ring yourself out by trying to act flashy with this perk. It's happened to me many times. It's humbled me. That's why I don't use it anymore. But yeah. Never use precision grapple. All right, well, let's go into Batman's moves. This is his basic side attack combo on the ground. 1, 2, 3. As most characters in the game, you can cancel the third attack and follow up with his down attack, which is these 2 moves. This kick can be charged up. Pretty nice. And if you miss this kick, right, you can face the opposite direction and follow up with the second attack on this kick. Because a lot of people, what are they going to do? They're not going to run back. They're not going to try to like predict how far your slide's actually going by dodging away from it. Like if Shaggy were to dodge to the right here as I'm approaching him like this, I can follow up with a measly forward air. But most people will jump over you. And if they jump over you, they'll try to down air you. What you can do as a mix-up is predict that the guy's going to go. So you're going to bait him out with this. Then you're going to turn around and just switch and music him. He's not gonna expect it. Maybe if you do it a few times, higher skilled players will be like, okay, I'm expecting that, I'm gonna double dodge out, right? So just keep that in mind. Now, as for his up attack, his up attack is extremely good. It is the best option he has when people are trying to fall. Like if somebody's trying to come from above, this is your best option. This move on the ground and this move in the air. They're both up attacks. Unless you know that you're going to land your up attack, never use your up special. This is Batman's up special from the ground. Don't use this move from the ground. Unless you absolutely know, and I can't stress this enough, reason being is because he moves forward. He moves forward when he does this move. Even if I tap it, he's moving forward a little bit. If you're not compensating for that distance, that you're moving forward, you will miss the attack, and depending on the scenario, you will get bodied. The guy will just dodge your attack. Depending on the character they're playing, of course, it's all circumstantial, but you will get punished hardcore for missing this up Y, this up special. So I don't recommend it when you're trying to get somebody who's coming from above. I always recommend your up attack. The hitbox on this is huge. The hitbox on this is huge. As you can see, he starts from the front of his body and it goes all the way back. It's like a sphere going around him, if you would imagine the hitbox to be like that. And it's the same thing for his up attack. I can jump and hit this guy with my elbow on this up attack and double it up. That's a 3-hit air juggle combo right there. 18 damage, applies 2 stacks of weakened. So these up attacks apply weakened. The side attacks do not apply weakened. Why is that? Because you see the little like spikes on Batman's thing? I don't know if this is the case, but from experience, I've noticed that these things apply weakened, right? These up airs apply weakened. I don't know why exactly. I don't think it's important to know why, because you have so many other ways of applying stacks of weakened, which I will get into right now. But yeah, just know that it applies a stack of weakened if you're doing these up airs. If you double up with them, really good. Really good for denying presence above you. This up special is a kill move. If you charge it more, you dash farther. It's good if you know you can land it, and you got to be really precise with this, alright? I'm going to take a sip of water real quick. So yeah. Now, when we go on over his basic moves, Batman's neutral attacks. Batman's neutral attacks are as follows. His neutral attack is his batarang. This batarang is god tier for mix-ups. I can throw it behind an enemy. I can hit him into the batarang. 5 stacks of weakened. 16% off 3 hits. It's just nasty. You can throw the batarang diagonally upward. Let me turn off cooldowns. You could throw the diagonal. You could throw it upward. You could throw it straight away. You could throw it downward. And you can see that the batarang sometimes moves around a little bit like wild, you know? You can use that to your advantage because sometimes the batarang will, let me see if I can get it. It does that. You see how it goes in like a bunch of zigzags? That will create an area on the stage where your opponent cannot directly engage with. So as you develop more experience with Batman, you'll realize, and as a player in general, you'll realize that this is enough. If I can mimic the thing again, that is enough to get a person way too cautious. All right, Shaggy, don't stop interrupting me. You can make people play way more like cautious when you have your batarang flying around the place. Because of that, it allows you to follow up with one of Batman's best aerial moves, his forward air attack. Now, as you can see, I'm just, tab jumping with this attack, no big deal. And, it's probably seems like it's a little bit hard to land. And it is, unless you're doing this. Now you're probably asking, wait, what are you doing right there? Because I'm doing it pretty fast, but those of you who aren't new to the game probably can recognize already what I'm doing. I am doing a dash attack, a dodge attack. Now, in this game, you can throw out an attack mid-dodge animation, and it's not extremely viable for certain characters. Like, you don't want to constantly be doing this with the dash attack. But for some characters, specifically Batman, since we're talking about him, it is crucial to adopt this behavioral pattern into your gameplay. You want to approach with a dodge always. Always approach with a dodge right after jumping. Jump and dodge. If you're not good at fast falling, if you do it quick enough, you don't need to fast fall, because look how low I get to the ground. Look at that. It's literally like I'm just running at him. It's the perfect engage. What can you do with this dash? Well, let me show you. You can follow up with a projectile, you know, follow up like this. Depending on how close you get, it could come out even faster. You see that? What I like to do is I like to bind my neutral attack on LT or L2, as well as RB or R1, just because it feels more fluid to me. And I play characters like Ryan Dog too, so if I want to like spam projectiles, I can very easily instead of spamming right bumper. So if you guys want to do that, go ahead. But dodging midair right after jumping keeps you this low, and this is great because the amount of things you can do with Batman specifically, it's just. Can I take off, like, alright, whatever. The amount of things you could do with Batman is ridiculous when you utilize this combo. So what I'm doing right now is I'm jumping, right? Normal jump. You don't gotta hold jump. Oh, by the way, that's his third passive. It's his glide. Forgot to show you guys. But you don't gotta do his third jump. I mean, you don't gotta hold his jump. You know, just tap it. You don't gotta fast fall. You just need to move forward. Jump and dash. 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 Just get used to the movement, you know? Go into the lab. Try to do this a couple times, maybe like 20 times, you know? Just keep going, get used to the muscle memory. And then start implementing your forward attack. Start implementing your forward attack. Wait, 1 second. And if you time your forward attack to where like you don't carry the momentum and you decide to like stop on a dime and then follow up, a lot of the time you can literally take somebody from this corner of the stage all the way over here.
You punch really hard.
Alright, so keep that in mind. Also, what you can do is you can, you know, jump, air dash, down smash. Really good. Solid for edge guarding. You can jump, air dash, double up smash, double up attack, up air, whatever. This, really good engage tool depending on the character you're playing. I mean, you can do mix-ups backwards, like... It's nuts. It's nuts. So, implement rule number 1 when playing a rushdown Batman kind of style. Implement air dodges. Implement them whenever you can. If you want to main this character, get good with that muscle memory. Learn that to a T. Of course, you can see me still whiffing, but you know, nobody's perfect. Just try to be as consistent as you can with this move, and it will pay benefits tenfold. Because you can do things like this, right?
Not making that mistake again.
You can do things with Batman that other characters cannot. One of them is the up dodge. If I'm on ledge, look what I'm doing. The up dodge is bringing me in the air, so what do I gotta do? I don't gotta jump. I just gotta fast fall after I do this. It's hard to land because it's a very like precise input, but if you practice it enough, you can ledge guard like an absolute beast because you have your projectile. All right, you have this ability. Wait. Oh my god. See, even I'm doing it like preemptively. You have this ability. Then you have... Oh, let me get my shield back. Then you have the ability to do this, right? You have the ability to go off stage, roll off, down air, or side back air. This works wonders because you're still getting iframes as you roll off if you have enough of your invulnerability gauge available. Extremely important. Diagonal dodge is good for mix-ups, you know, depending on how somebody's moving. I believe he's the only character in the game to have a diagonal dodge. Keep that in mind. Everything I said, I said a lot. Probably forgetting some of the things I just said. Sorry about that. My mind's everywhere right now. Because there's so much to this character that I can't keep track of what I already went over. But I'm gonna go over the 2 techs that I'm Jack and I discovered. I haven't seen this online anywhere. The 2 techs are as follows. A lot of people that I see online play Batman in a way where they play off their projectile and their bomb consistently. Like, they will make sure you can't hit them until they have their projectile up, and then they will engage that way. That is not only so boring, it's disrespectful to the entire move kit that Batman has. Because this guy has a counter to everything. This down attack I was showing you, if you're getting spammed by a Taz using a tornado, do this. He literally can't do nothing if he's on the ground. He cannot touch you. He cannot touch you. If Jerry is being tossed out by Tom, so he can do like the tennis racket thing with the tennis balls, there's a frame where Jerry is being tossed onto the ground. How do you circumvent that? If I see a Tom and Jerry main, and this works at top elo as well, if I see a Tom and Jerry main getting ready to set up, what do? I do this. Because it's the perfect amount of space to go directly under Jerry and counter his setup. So now he can't even set up with Tom and Jerry. Like, Tom and Jerry cannot get their setup done because I have this move to counter. Like, there's a bunch of stuff. Also with Taz, you got the projectile too. Characters like Iron Giant, this move, you can literally just spam. You can up dash again. I just spammed that 6 times. And it will hit Iron Giant every single time. Alright. You will learn what you can or can't do through experience as Batman. As I said initially, he is a crazy mix-up character. So I can't go over everything you could do, especially not off the top of my head. But you will recognize that when you put enough time into this character and you play the matchups a bunch of times, whatever character it may be. Also, another thing, if Finn's coming at you, you don't have your projectile and he's charging up his side special or whatever, this works too. This will stop almost anybody coming at you. Alright, so let's go back to the tech. I went off on a tangent. When I see a lot of people playing Batman, what they do is they use neutral Y, which is LB on my controller, and they throw the batarang. As you can see, the bomb is attached to the batarang. Why is... before I even say that, this is an issue. Alright. The main issue with doing this first, and then throwing your batarang, is the fact that a lot of the time, if you're playing high MMR players, or you just happen to miss your batarang, I got my bomb out, I got my batarang, I just missed my batarang, I'm on a double cooldown because I don't have my batarang and I don't have my bomb. What do? You can resort to a smoke, which I'll describe after this tech, because the other tech that I have involves the smoke. So now I'm on double cooldown. My basic approach is going to be my mix-up game. If I want to do something nasty, I can, you know. But a lot of the time, you're not going to be able to get that kind of leeway in a high-ranking match. So I stayed in the lab and I did a little bit of research, in-game research. Let me show you something and pay close attention to what I'm gonna do. And if you see what I'm doing before I explain it, I want to see it in the comment section. Let me know. But pay attention. Wait 1 second. Let me do this. Whoa, wait, the bomb's on him. Watch. second. Wait, what? How'd that happen? What the hell? How am I getting the bomb on him without equipping the bomb first? Well, it's simple. The ability of the bomb, the way it's described is, if I press the input, any attack after that will apply the bomb to an enemy. So I sat down and I thought about it. What if I just throw my batarang and then apply my bomb? And it applied. This is super important. Super important when you get down to the macro level of how to manage your cooldowns as Batman, because they're important. His cooldowns his abilities are super important. If I do this and I throw my batarang and the guy dodges it or he breaks it with a projectile, then I'm on a double cooldown for no reason whatsoever. If I throw my projectile and I know 100% that it's gonna hit, then I activate my bomb. So let's say if I throw a projectile behind an enemy, he doesn't know what's coming, activate the bomb, boom, bomb's on him. He didn't even know what hit him. He doesn't even know how that happened. The reason why this is important is because you can circumvent the amount of risk you take when utilizing this batarang bomb combo. And a lot of people do it, but not a lot of people land their batarangs all the time. Very few people have 100% like hit rate with their batarang, you know what I mean? So the best way to make sure that you don't burn 2 cooldowns using one ability is throw your batarang. If you know it's going to hit, activate the bomb. It doesn't matter how far away you are. I could be right here and it applied. It still applied. I can be super close. I can be super far. It does not matter. So long as I press that input right before the batarang hits, I am chilling. All right. So that's one tech. That's the best way to make sure you don't lose both your batarang and your bomb if you miss your batarang. Another tech that I discovered, I'm saying I discovered because I haven't seen it anywhere online, involves Batman's smoke. Now, as the description says, when you're in the smoke, 3 things happen. 1, you're invisible. 2, 4 things happen actually. 2, the enemy is slowed. Let me just put instant cooldowns on. You're invisible. The enemy is slowed. You apply stacks of weakened with any attack that you do. Any attack that you do in the smoke. And another thing not a lot of people know is that if somebody's throwing a projectile at me and I'm crouched in the smoke, you will dodge every projectile that comes your way, with the exception of Bugs Bunny's rocket and his safe. Those you cannot dodge. Those are way too big. And I believe Tom and Jerry's little rocket thing, when Jerry flies on the rocket and it has insane knockback, you can't dodge that. All right. Those are the only 3 projectiles in the game that I know for a fact you cannot dodge. So if you're playing somebody who's like Ryan Dog spamming projectiles, stay crouched. You know, throw a batarang out. Oh, I whiffed it. But throw a batarang out. You maybe follow up with this move. And, you know, actually, I'd recommend following up with like a forward air or something. You want to know why? Because this is the tech. You don't need to be in the smoke to apply stacks of weakened, as you can see. You don't need to do it. I could apply this right here, fly in, 5 stacks within 2 hits. And my smoke is over here. So that is the reason why I say you want to implement the dodge into your arsenal whenever you can. Whenever you're engaging, you want to dodge, because that little speed buff and the fact that it makes it easier to hit the forward air allows for the... Thank you, Shaggy. Allows for the debuff to be applied coming out of smoke. You can do it with the up airs. Let me see if I can get it down. You can do it with the up airs, apply 5 stacks of weakened, and you're good, you know? And if you end up tossing the guy to the smoke, now he's slowed. Now what are you doing? Just body him, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Just body him. And that whole entire time I was doing that, I was implementing the dash. All right. So that's the tech. jump dash out of your smoke, throw out a forward air, throw out an up air, throw out a down air, throw out a projectile. No matter what, if you're dashing out of the smoke while in air, I'm pretty sure, yeah, while in air, you want to do it in air because you gain more distance like this. Wait, let me just, you gain much more distance like this than just doing that because the air attack has a higher reach rather than just rolling and doing this. Implement that.
I think I'm getting even stronger.
Implement that into your kit, all right? Because if in moments you find that you have no other ability available other than your smoke, this can make or break the fact that you win the game, you know what I mean? Also, with aerial moves in mind, Batman has a follow-up move to this forward air. It's that little spike. I'm trying to land it. As you can see, you can mix up the spike. It's difficult to do that because sometimes it just doesn't land as intended. But let me see if I can put Shaggy to jump. Hopefully this works. Oh man. Come on, high jump. See that? That was a combo damage of 24 and I just hit him 3 times. If you manage to get that extension hit off, if you manage to get this hit off, you can spike somebody off the stage. And as you can see, it's a good mix-up option too, even if you're not trying to go for that attack. Like, look at that. Like, you can move at blazing speeds, man. He's insane to play with, especially his mix-up game. He's just nuts. So let me take Shaggy off of jumping. Put him on idle. So yeah, if you guys want a video of me showing in-game everything that I'm talking about here and how I play Batman, let me know because I believe this video is longer than it needs to be. So yeah, main takeaways from this: you don't need to play a campy style with Batman. Implement air dodges and dodges in general when approaching your enemy because your aerial moves have the most reach. And you could also, you know, use your projectile, body. The speed you have is immaculate. Like, you're just super fast. So implement air dodges. Implement your dodges whenever you're attacking in the air. All right. Also, don't do up special to get people out of the air. Use your up smash, up on your right stick. Use your up airs to get them away from you if they're trying to fall down, fast fall onto you. Best option. Your grapple can be used as a combo extender, as you just saw. If you get one hit off, you can follow up with something nice. But it's also used as a recovery option. I didn't talk too much about the grapple, I don't think, but you can use it as a recovery option. It's pretty solid. You can use it as like a mix-up option. You see that? Instead of somebody thinking he's going to hit me while I'm in the grapple, I dash attack into him. That way I have invincibility frames and I can still somehow manage to get my hit off. So yeah, if you guys want more videos like this, more in-depth guides, my thoughts on characters' kits, how to utilize it, let me know. All you Batman mains out there, stop taking your bomb out and throwing your projectile. Do the bungo tech, please. Do the projectile. If you know it's going to hit, take out your bomb, and it's going to land nonetheless, alright? If your projectile is going to miss, alright, let's see. If your projectile is going to miss, you don't have to activate your bomb, so now you can save it for when you actually get up close and personal. So, yeah. Put your smoke down and dash out of your smoke. You'll apply 2 stacks, 4 stacks, 5 stacks a weekend. And you're good to go. This was a character guide on Batman. I've been trying to make this video for like the past 4 hours now. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. You know, like the video if you like the video. If you want more, let me know in the comment section below. If you want gameplay, let me know. If you want other characters, let me know. Basic controller setups, tip guides, option guides, what options for your controller are best for what characters, because I do have some concepts for that. Let me know, especially if you're a Superman main. I got you covered on how to play Superman better. So yeah, end of the video. See ya.